When you get to that fourth quarter, you feel those guys kind of maybe you're pushing them back a little bit more maybe than you were at the start of the game.
That's our main goal is to win the fourth quarter and wear them out before we do. We take pride in being tough and well conditioned so yeah, it is awesome when you can feel yourself still have energy and them starting to give out a little bit.
Eli, how would you compare playing in Jacksonville versus playing in Swamp? You're one of the guys that can say he's been involved.
Jacksonville was awesome. It was a totally new environment for me, unique with 50% of the fans being on one side, 50% being on the other side. So it was an awesome experience, a top 10 matchup. I mean, I don't think it gets much better than that.
Aside from you had a big case there at the end, but it seemed like tight ends were getting more involved, and of course Kirby said it's all about matchups. But how good for y'all did it feel to kind of get back in the game after a couple of weeks of nothing from the tight ends?
Yeah, with our role being the past couple games, blocking specific, perimeter blocking, stuff like that, it felt good to get a little bit of love in the pass game. And everybody loves catching passes, but we'll do whatever it takes. And I don't think there's any animosity in our room. We're willing to do whatever it takes to win a football game. So, but it was nice to get a couple passes come our way.
The 3rd and 7 call, did you anticipate that? Kirby said it was something you'd gone through in the walkthrough. I mean, was that a play you knew that was there? And what was your reaction when you realized, holy cow, this is coming down to me?
Yeah, we practice scenarios like that. Need a first down, 4-minute drill. We run through basically every scenario possible on Fridays just to make sure we're ready for the game. So I knew that call was in the arsenal. I didn't know if exactly who was going to call it, but when I heard the call, I was like, all right, here we go. Let's get it done. And we went out and we executed the play. So.
And then just adjusting to it. I know you said Jake let it go a little bit early. Were you just running to an open spot in the zone, or were you adjusting to the ball in flight when you made that move?
They were playing this man, so I knew if I got leverage on him and broke out, that all Jake had to do was place it there, and he got some pressure in his face. So he put it about right where it needed to be, and I made a little bit of an adjustment and went right over the defender. So it was a good play by everybody on the offense. It worked well.
What about how do you feel about a Saturday night? Supposed to be a little bit of a chill in the air, night game. You like the scenario that's lined up for you guys?
I'm from Ohio, so this ain't chilly at all to me. So I think it feels good. It's football weather.
Yeah.
No, I think any scenario, we're going to be out ready to play. If it happens to be a night game, so we're going to go out there and we're going to execute.
I know y'all bring in a 6th lineman sometimes, and what does that do as far as the tight ends? Does somebody come out? How does that work for y'all?
Yeah, when an extra tight end comes in, if the tight end it's sometimes a tackle, so you go 12 personnel, but you put a tackle in there, and a tight end will come out and a wide receiver will come out. So just gets another big body in there. We got plenty of bodies there on the O line, so and they do a nice job in the run game, so it's always helpful. Just switch it up a little bit.
You mentioned your role the past couple games before Florida has been blocking. Do you discuss that during the week? Do you know going into a game that you're going to be used more blocking this game, or does that kind of dictate how the game's going?
You know your role, and your role can change. At halftime of the game, you can say this isn't working. Let's switch over this and start doing this. So, what your role consists of. You just don't know how much of each part you're going to do until the game comes. So, for that game, we did know, hey, we got a little bit more of a chance in the pass game. But sometimes it's a route that, hey, you may have not got the ball all week in practice, and now the game comes and rolls around, and you're getting the ball in that play. So you got to be ready all the time, and you just execute whatever they ask you to do.
Of course, people made a big deal out of Kirby embracing Jake on the field at the end. It said he kind of lost his confidence. Did y'all sense that at all? I mean, did y'all try to pick Jake up at all?
I didn't sense he definitely, even if he did lose his confidence, he definitely portrays what you want out of a quarterback. You want a quarterback with confidence and leadership. So if he did a good job of hiding it, and he doesn't need to lose his confidence. We all believe in him. The whole team's backing him, and we don't want anybody else playing quarterback for us. So. No, I think he did a great job of leading the team to a victory there.
The grad transfer thing, obviously, you've made a pretty successful transition. How were you able to make such a successful transition without? I don't think you went through spring. Did you go through spring football drills at Tennessee? I don't think you did.
No. So yeah, I didn't go through spring ball, but I did train really, really hard because I knew, if you're going to compete in the SEC, you can't take a 5 months off and expect to come into training camp and just be the same player you were. So I took it really seriously, trained really hard, and that translated to when I got here. I was, where everybody else was, maybe even a little ahead because my body wasn't wearing down with spring ball. So, I was taking the right precautions, I guess you would say, to come in and be where I needed to be.
Was there still some trepidation, the right word? I mean, it's a brand new situation, a brand new offense, brand new teammates. I mean, how much of it is, holding your breath and hoping for the best versus being confident and knowing what to expect?
Yeah, you got to really just go. You jump in. You can't go in, with 1 foot because then you'll never make it. So it was definitely getting out of my comfort zone a little bit. But I think I've gotten a little bit more comfortable being outside of my comfort zone with this transition. And everybody made it easy for me. Coaches, players, everybody here has just made the transition super easy, and that helped me a lot. So.
Kind of along those lines too, what is the process like choosing a school as a transfer versus choosing a school out of high school? What's similar? How is it different?
Well, I didn't really get recruited out of high school, so I can't speak for out of high school. But it was just a matter of what did I want out of my last year, and what school gave me that opportunity the best. And ultimately, that school was Georgia, and I couldn't be happier with my decision.
Did you talk with? You and Cager both came in at the same time. I mean, obviously he's in the receivers room, and you got your guys in the tight end room. But coming in, did you talk with Cager much as the two outside guys, or did you both kind of go right into your rooms?
I would say before we both knew we were coming here, we didn't know each other at all. And once we kind of realized, hey, we're the two grad transfer guys, yeah, we talked more because we knew we were going to go through the same classes, same schedule, kind of same transition. So, we kind of leaned on each other a little bit for help.
What are your thoughts on Cager? I mean, obviously he had a pretty special performance, the kind of guy he is and what he's meant.
Yeah, awesome guy, excellent football player. It was good we needed him back, and he showed out. Everybody saw what he can do, and he's a big piece of this offense, a weapon on the perimeter for us. So it was great to have him back.
Thanks.
Good.